Hey everybody.
Welcome in.
It's Monday, right?
Yes,
On
this is
Wednesday.
a special edition of the Not Quite Ready for Primetime live stream. We are the Disney Nerd Herders. Thank you for being here with us today. Again, it's a special stream for a special purpose with special people. We have very, very special friends that we are having with us tonight. Let me bring them in. You guys know them as D&G Explorers. Derek and Gregory, thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you for having us.
I just realized
I don't know if we do.
We do.
I don't know where they're at.
So
He was asking about Disneyland Paris hats. I'm like, I don't know if we do.
The Mickey
He
ears.
goes, we do. I said, I don't know where they're at.
yeah.
We're still
So
trying to go through things.
we are going to be celebrating our 30th anniversary, wedding anniversary, this year in about 2.5 weeks at Disneyland Paris.
Awesome.
Derek and Gregory have been there. They are the Disneyland Paris experts. So
8 years ago.
Yep. But
It can't have changed that much, right?
yeah, the French don't change. They keep everything. But they're going to be helping us navigate our do's and don'ts and our everything about our trip. Hopefully, we're going to have tons of questions for them, and they're hopefully going to enlighten us and hopefully make our trip that much better with their
All their knowledge.
with their that's right, their knowledge. They're going to drop
Wait.
it all in
I
one.
think we need a drink on that dilly dilly
Hey, Dilly.
The
Happy
pressure.
Cinco de Mayo.
with pirate glasses.
All right, so get the drink in you, and then what I want to do is, why don't you introduce
Pick our
yourselves?
brain.
Yeah, start with an introduction, though.
I
Let
am
the
the-
people know who you are and what you do, and
Well,
go right ahead.
how long do we have?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Let me tell you.
Oh, wait a second.
We don't
Solo.
have that
Solo
long.
layout. There you go. Solo layout.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Derek,
And I'm Gregory.
and if you feel any names, it's okay.
Oh my
'Cause I'm
gosh.
Little Explorer.
And I'm Big Explorer.
We're just getting started.
Oh,
wait,
wow.
that's how we end our
That's the
shows.
end of our show.
Sorry, nice
Yeah.
to see you guys. We've been doing YouTube since 2017, and we started our first vlogs in Disneyland Paris. So if you ever watch them, please forgive us because we didn't know what we were doing,
They're fun.
and we were learning how to film.
No.
We didn't know where the camera, the microphone. We didn't know the energy. We
I
were worried
think
about what to say.
I think we did fine.
But I think it came together, and I did it all on an iPad that had only 16
Was it an
gigabytes.
iPhone?
iPad. I filmed it on that, but I
You-
did all
was
the
gonna
editing.
say, you weren't like this through the park with your big iPad.
But we have been we were doing a lot of Disney stuff lately. We've been doing a lot of cruising. In fact, in the next 2 days, we're going to be going out of San Francisco on the Carnival Legend.
Yep.
So
It's a
Wow.
little 4-day cruise, but it's an extension of our anniversary. So
yes,
we're gonna have fun.
So we're excited. But yeah, we like cruising. We like Disney parks. We haven't been to Disney Park in probably
A long time.
we're West Coast California. So Disneyland is our home park. So
Hey, Timothy. Hey,
welcome
Dave.
Timothy.
Hey, Gene. The last time we were at our Disneyland was right before they closed Splash Mountain. And we haven't been there since. So we haven't even seen the new Tiana's Bayou. I'm sure you guys have seen yours.
Of course.
Yeah.
And ours is probably a little different as far as the ride vehicles, but the ride itself is probably the same. But we would love to go back to Disneyland Paris at some point. It's
I didn't know
not
that was one of your first vlogs. It was one of your first vlogs, huh? I would feel so much pressure if that was one of my first vlogs. I'd be feeling like I messed up everywhere, you know.
Well, we didn't.
It
we
was
didn't know
natural
we-
and fun, I think, to us.
We didn't know what the whole YouTube thing was, so we filmed our first video ever was going on an Amtrak train to a town about 45 minutes away, and we went to Superior Dairy, and we just to test it to see, and we learned that when you film,
which is
you
no
don't
longer
film
thing.
this way,
Yeah.
you film this way.
No kidding.
And so a lot of learnings from that. And we realized I can put a film together or a video together. Let's go. That was in August. we went to Disneyland from Paris for my birthday in September, and we just have gone on since then. So
and that's a good thing you mentioned that you don't film this way or this way. You got to make sure it's end up upside down. We found out the hard way. We're upside down. We've been upside down for 15 minutes.
And you're if you're like this way, your camera is here, so that's where you would look to make it look like you're looking at everybody, because we would like be looking blah 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 blah, and we would notice, okay, the camera is this way, so now we know.
Yeah, we've done the same thing. We still do it.
So you know what? I have some banners we got to use for something. Hang on a second. First of all,
we did want to
welcome in Derek and Gregory, the NG Explorers. I made a banner for you guys. Isn't that awesome?
Thank you.
We did the introductions, which we just did, and
we did want to point out these are from the 25th anniversary. We did a 10K run at Disneyland Paris. And Excellent. 8 years later, we still fit.
That's good. That's good, right?
Don't give me that side eye.
Some of us better than others.
I still fit. Thank you very much.
So let's check the chat. Brought to you by More Sunshine, Please. Gene, welcome in. Dave Stragan, welcome in. Timothy Rainbow, welcome in. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We appreciate you being here. And I also have this one. To all that come to this happy place, welcome.
Welcome.
All right, so I'm getting all my banners in now. The other ones we'll use later.
They're actually celebrating the 70th anniversary of Disneyland this summer, all the way to next summer. So maybe we can go for like a day just to Disneyland. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can get back to Disney. Get back to the addiction.
Yeah. That would be a good time. Yeah,
70th years.
That is big, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
Hopefully, they'll do a pink cake castle.
Oh my god!
I like that.
The Pepto-Bismol cake.
Hey, wait a second! You just mentioned I have my pink cake cup that I'm still using.
Yes, I have that too.
It's the 25th anniversary. I love these glasses.
I've actually been to the 50th, the 60th, and hopefully the 70th for Disneyland. And I have hats for each of them. I think you have a hat from the 50th. Also, that's when they were gold hats.
I don't have that.
Oh, I have that. I have that.
No, I was anti-Disney that year, apparently.
Oh, wow. So,
also welcome in the Ninja Watchers. Thank you all for watching. I know that's a lot of our people that watch us are couch watchers. They like to watch on their couch. So they're not very active in the chats, but they still watch. So thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Yeah, you should be watching it on the big screen because you got Derek and Gregory right there.
Well, thank you. And we're ready to have you guys pick our brains. Don't be too rough.
Put us to the test.
Do you want to kind of set up like the plan and how we're getting there and all that?
Sure, because you can do that if you like.
Hey, Mark.
You booked everything.
So yeah, well, we are going to be flying on Aer Lingus, which is the Ireland's main airline, and I have flown the Aer Lingus a long time ago when one of our trips to England, but you have not.
I have not. My extent of going out of country is the Disney Wish to Bahamas.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the World Showcase at Epcot.
No.
A little bit more than that, yes.
And the most that I've flown was a 3.5-hour flight from Massachusetts to Florida and back.
Yeah. So you've flown Southwest and JetBlue and American Airlines.
I've never been out of country.
You even Continental when they were still in business.
Yeah.
How long is the flight? Is it like 6 hours to Dublin?
From I'm not sure. I don't have that time there, but yeah, it's about.
For us, it was like 10 hours 10, one way.
Yeah, it's
on a huge Airbus.
I know it's more than 5 hours, and it's longer one way than the other. But we're flying over to Dublin, and then we're flying from Dublin to Charles de Gaulle Airport.
So Orlando is at what's the time?
It's at 8:05. Yeah, but I think it's sticking off a little bit later. But
Okay.
we arrive at Dublin at 9:30 a.m. because you're losing a day, and it's like a 5-hour difference to begin with. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know how long. Does it say about how
But
long?
I think Paris is 1 hour ahead of.
8 hours and 25 minutes.
8 hours and 25 minutes from MCO to Dublin. Yeah. Oh yeah. So because my brain was telling me 6 or 7 hours, but that was from Boston. So depending on.
I have a hard time with 3.5 hours on a flight.
Well, hopefully.
Well, if it's an Airbus, you should be able to because we had like
I thought you were gonna put your feet out the window.
no, you had a row and then you had a middle row and then you had another row.
The international flights are bigger.
Yeah, and then you had room to get up and walk around, and they actually serve you real food. So,
I'm
like,
looking forward to that.
yeah, like actual hot
Real.
food.
Well, lady who can't eat anything. I'm looking forward to that. To what? So you can say, I can't eat this.
And then we have a
be
second
munching on
flight.
crackers all day.
Get choices.
When we flew into England, they would have it like catered to like English, like an English menu. When we flew out, it wasn't an English menu. Out when we flew out of England,
They're like, "Oh, going back to the States."
yeah. Actually, I think it was Indian, but Indian is a huge culture. Their food has a big impact in English culture.
Yeah, they love their curries, so it's not Indian. Yeah, and
So how long is the layover between that flight and then the second one, Dublin to Charles de Gaulle?
so it's
And that's an hour and 50-minute flight.
it's almost like a 4-hour, 3.5-hour layover in Dublin,
Okay.
and then from 1 to
And we can
3.
scout outside the airport just to say that we were officially in it.
Yeah, what's up with that? It says, it's because it's another time thing. So it's an hour and 50 minutes from Dublin to Charles de Gaulle. So I realize that that one's going to be a lot easier, hopefully. But we realize these flights are long. Obviously, you're flying across the whole Atlantic Ocean, and you're doing it from Florida instead of from Massachusetts, which is a lot longer as well.
And
Yeah.
you'll have to go through customs too, which could take a very long time.
Yeah, hopefully not.
I've
We'll
been
see.
watching, I don't know if it's on Facebook, but it's like the customs nightmare and how they check your bags. And if you act a little suspicious, they'll like
They
pick
do it
you.
a lot to
Just
also
don't make eye contact.
And the dogs, there's dogs that will sniff, and they're even saying that your bag could get contaminated if it was right next to somebody else's bag that had some stuff in it that shouldn't have. So I'm like, oh my god.
Well, we're going to be.
And it's like also food. You have to be careful what foods you're allowed and not allowed.
Hey,
And
Matt and Mark.
it's a nightmare if you don't declare it. So I'm like, okay, so if I have a Hershey bar with nuts in it, that's a nut. Does that what
I think you're safe.
It can't be that.
I
crazy.
wouldn't overthink
But
it.
and I think they mainly target people who are going solo, rather than people who are going as a group.
They did have, when we went from England to France, we actually walked. There was like an area you walk from one border to another, and they had armed guards there. And I was just like, don't make eye contact. But I would.
That was in France and also in England.
Yeah, but
It
I
was
would
intimidating.
look at them. I wasn't doing anything wrong, and
they're looking for nervous people, and I'm thinking, this is my first time doing all this. I'm gonna be nervous as hell.
don't act nervous. Act like you belong. Just say oui, yes, oui. Bonjour.
Just start shouting, Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Paris.
That's another thing, actually. Speaking of the parks, when you get there, they like to hear people from other countries attempt to talk their language, like bonjour or oui or something like that. That it goes a long way. We found out when we were there.
But we would always say bonjour. How you doing today? So they wouldn't say think like we could speak the language.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
They don't think the Americans are annoying people.
They have a full-on conversation. You're like, yes, yeah. Wrong country. We
And
just
then
got
we're taking a shuttle from the
Yeah, so we have a
airport.
shuttle arranged from the airport to Disneyland
Good.
Paris and then back.
We don't
I'm
know
not
when to
sure.
get it though.
Is that like a car? Or is that, I'm not sure what type of shuttle it is. I'm assuming it could be a bus.
That's what I would assume.
Yeah, we didn't take a shuttle. We took
The channel,
getting from England to the park. We took the channel under the
English channel.
English
Oh,
Channel, and then it would stop right outside of Disneyland Paris, which was awesome. Like that was an
Yeah.
actual
Wow.
stop.
I learned that like 3 days ago that there's a train station right outside of Disneyland Paris that we could have probably saved a lot of money. Just hopped on the train from
They
Charleston.
wanna be
The
Carroll.
only thing is, though,
Is that the left we booked it?
if at least you're being protected,
Mhm.
and because one of our fears is we actually were thinking about going into Paris for one day. We were only there like you guys 2.5 days,
Well, we were in Paris technically.
but no, we were like 20 miles away from it.
Yeah, you can see the Eiffel Tower from on the train.
Yes. But we were afraid, like, the tickets, like, how do you get, what are you getting on the right train? Is the language going to be like where you buy your tickets? And if you already have that arranged, all you have to do is find the shuttle and you'll get there. So I would feel more comfortable, especially if you've never been to there before, to at least have a shuttle take you over there.
That's right. We got to call the Disneyland Hotel and ask them where we would, what the shuttle is, first of all, if it's a bus, and where do we catch it?
Yeah.
But I don't know where to do that. Do you think there's signs saying, "Hey, Disneyland shuttle this way"? Or
I would hope. I mean, they do that over in our
think
Air
they
American ports.
would, yeah.
Because there's a lot of tourists that land
Yeah.
in there. So
People have to know where to go.
Okay.
all right,
we've
now,
never been to Charles de Gaulle though. We've never landed at the airport.
really.
But we
you
took the
did
train.
So you did the other airport? Oh no, you did the train.
No, because we
we-
went from England and took the
Yeah.
channel all the way
So
over.
we landed into Heathrow.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
really cool.
I'm like, the train doesn't land, but okay, I know what you're saying now.
Have you been doing the chats?
I did
You
start.
went back to the plane.
Did you say hi to Mark?
Yeah,
Mark's
hi, Mark.
here.
Say hi again,
Oh,
Timothy.
we said hi to Timothy already. You got the thing is like this. How are you able to look? So Matt's here.
What are you talking about? I'm not sure like you.
Okay.
So we need some serious questions now because we're not sure exactly. Did you guys convert any cash over?
We did it all we did it by card.
Credit card,
Because-
everything by credit card.
Yeah,
What
they'll
about
convert it for you.
tips?
You want to? I would probably check with your bank to see what the conversion rate is, because if it's more than what it would be just to get
Change the money.
cash and have it changed, I would go with change your physical money and not use your card if possible. But then you have to carry around cash, but you could put it like in a secure bag, maybe that locks or something. I
And
don't know.
if anyone in the chats has ever been, or you guys notice we're making any big mistakes, feel free to chime in to the chats with any suggestions or tips or whatnot.
Mhm.
'Cause,
Stacy, you had asked a question and we talked over you.
Oh,
Did
I
we?
don't remember.
Sorry.
oh, tips. I think she was
Oh,
talking
tips.
about.
Yes, tips. Do you give American money or?
They don't usually. Are you talking about like for their dinner?
For like the shuttle
Handling
people,
bags or
the
anything like
bag
that.
handling at the airport.
They-
Yeah,
tips?
we never ran into that situation.
I don't remember if they.
The housekeeper, the house cleaning service.
I don't know if we.
For some reason, I don't know if they took tips, but
Because I know it's a different culture. Like when you go to the restaurants, that's included in the cost, so they don't tip them.
That's what Sophie said. Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
she was there and she said that they actually think it's rude at least in the restaurants, to tip.
Some tip or
But I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
The thing
I think we might have. Maybe we thought it went on the bill.
I don't remember, to be
That's
honest.
a good question. I don't remember that part. Sorry.
You did bring up bathrooms, and I will have to say that when you go, unless they changed it, when you go into the parks and the bathrooms, all I could smell was talcum powder, and I cannot stand the smell of talcum powder. And that's what a lot of French people seem to use. You know, as far as I know, they don't use deodorant; they use talcum powder.
oh, really?
So that's what I have smelled in the
How
bathroom.
effective is the talcum powder?
Huh?
How effective is the talcum powder?
I have no idea, but I smelt it a lot, and it really got to my nose. But I have a sensitive nose.
It didn't affect me. I didn't.
No.
I went wee wee. Well,
Oh my god!
more ways than one.
Oh my god!
You've been waiting 21 minutes to say that we're having.
He probably has. He likes to rate the bathrooms.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember what was your best bathroom that you liked, but
Let me tell you.
oh my gosh! But yeah, go ahead. Pick our brains. What do you want to know?
What time of year did you guys go?
September.
Okay.
September.
We
Was
were-
it?
Yeah, we were there. I don't know if we were there on. No, we were there September 20th. So it was like a week before my birthday.
Mhm.
So that's September. Do you think September is going to be similar to May?
Paris.
Possibly. The park hours for us though, were our park was not open as late as yours is.
Yeah, and 10:40 is oddly specific that they close at 10:40 at night. But then Charlie was saying that that's when they do the fireworks show.
Yeah.
So
So it's actually the smaller studios one closes at 9:30, and then the other one, the bigger one, closes at 10:40.
yeah, and it's weird because ours is like across from each other,
Wow.
Disneyland and California Adventures, and then Paris is like side by side, and then you have side by side, and then the hotel
Kind of.
the hotel is basically part of the gate to get into Disneyland Paris, because they have the gate underneath. The hotel is high up above, and then you have the gate underneath the hotel. So the layout is a lot different.
Yeah, so it looks like Mark's saying the train was 17 euros per person. We had booked when I booked the trip.
God bless you.
I thought I had booked for both of us. I only booked one way, I guess, and then we fixed it later on. But we're getting the shuttle back and forth from the airport to Disneyland Paris. So, and I'm not sure if it's. We're probably going to stick with it because we do like our trains and everything like that, but we're not very experienced at riding trains. We like watching train videos, but we're not experienced with riding trains yet, especially with foreign language barriers and whatnot. So we're probably going to stick with the shuttle for this time. But yeah, it was probably the safest way, I think, to do it. I was just trying to do it.
I think there'd be less stress for you. The only stress you have is just where do you meet instead of a whole other. Are you ending up heading towards England on the Channel, or are you going to, so that, I mean, if you make a mistake, you might be going in the wrong direction.
Right. And I know that. So this is like a 5-day trip. We're gonna be doing, and some of that is in the air, and you lose days or whatever. But so it's like a Wednesday to a Sunday, and we're only doing carry-ons, so that way we're not gonna have to check anything. We didn't want to have to check anything, so we have 2 carry-ons. We don't do a lot of. We're not going to do a lot of changing of fancy clothes or anything like that.
Well, that's gonna be one of my questions.
Basic,
was
probably one outfit a day or whatever. So.
Is there things that they do special, like lately down here? It's I don't know what it's called, but like for Winnie the Pooh, you'd wear like a red shirt and a yellow bottoms or whatever.
Cosplay.
Kind of like that, but it's not glaring.
Disney bounding.
Bounding, yes.
Mm.
Do they do that there? Or is there like certain things that like they're like really
I didn't notice it, to be honest.
There was a lot of people who didn't even wear hats. We were looking to find like some really cool Mickey Mouse ears hats.
Yeah.
I think we did get some Disneyland Paris, but I think they were clear if I remember right. And then we got ones that I got one.
Well,
it might have been a girl's, but it was Chippendale. And I thought that was cool because they're like sticking up out of the ears.
But they're not see-through hats.
You sure?
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm thinking of
they weren't
Disneyland.
see-through. They were metallic.
But
it was metallic colors for their 25th anniversary.
We thought it was interesting how what is popular in the Disney parks and what they do isn't popular. They do something completely different.
I would still say wear your stuff if you want to bring stuff from home, like your ears or something, and you'll probably get some compliments and they'll probably ask you where'd you get that from, because they can't get a lot of that there like you could at your place.
So the videos that I was watching, and most of them were from last May or June. It looked like it rained a lot. Was it raining a lot when you guys were there? You guys were packing? I think we're gonna pack.
I think it did.
I think it rained once.
Either a poncho or a raincoat. Yeah.
May should be nice because that's when the French Open is, and there's times when the weather is even warm there. Not that it's middle of summer, but I mean, I think it has rained too. I think the weather should be overall pretty nice. I don't think it's going to be cold, so I think it should be good. It'd probably actually nicer than when we went in September.
So is it Charlie's nice or my nice? So my nice, it has to be at least 85. That is cold.
It'll be cold for you then, more than likely.
Yeah. I'll have to bring sweatshirts then.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you could bring like shorts and then wear a sweatshirt with your shorts. And then if it gets too cold, change into pants if you bring a change of clothes or something.
Yeah.
Going to Disneyland Paris, Derek and Gregory already have been. Yes. So that's why they're giving us their advice.
We'd like to go again someday. We'll see.
Definitely. It's a must to go back there.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot like the Disneyland Resort.
Yeah.
And it's because what's around it with the village, with the hotels around it, it's this feel of how Disneyland Resort is in California.
And the downtown Disney is right down from the parks, actually. And they have a sign
and
right
you have
there.
to pass through that to get to the hotels. Same as at Disneyland Paris. So it's a lot more closer to what you would experience at California than you would in Walt Disney World.
Oh, yeah, you do have to go through that to get
the village
to, the Universal. The Studios one, you have to go through a area that has like shopping and stuff, and then you go out. Okay, then you go out into the studio.
There's 3 hotels, if I remember right, in that area. Just past it.
The studio, I liked some of the stuff there. A lot of nothing. Well, a couple things I think stood out to me, but not a lot stood out to me. And I would be surprised if one of them was even still there. There was like a special effects attraction. I don't even know if it would still be there, but
it was Armageddon.
Yeah. But I remember we did get chosen to do like an interview for something, and then we never saw it. We don't even know what channel it was on, but they were telling us, and I don't even know what they were even asking us about at that point.
Foolish Americans visit Disneyland.
But we were honored to be interviewed. I have no idea. We were at like it was kind of like set up. I think it was like the food festival that you guys have at Epcot, and we were trying different foods, and then they asked us to be part of it. So, but yeah, and I think that's where we got the carrot cake. It was like a big carrot cake thing or something, unless I'm thinking of Walt Disney World. There was a carrot cake. Okay. It was probably Walt Disney World I'm thinking of, but okay.
Well,
But there
yeah,
was a place with a pen.
But that was a good story.
No, there was a place with a pen. It was called something with pen or whatever. It might be at Walt Disney World, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jacob's asking if we can go live. We might.
and Jacob. No, probably not going to be because there's a lot of there's roaming things and stuff.
Is
It
there?
wasn't.
Okay.
So it's different going live over.
We'll vlog the heck out of it.
Yeah, we're gonna be vlogging it for sure.
So
And,
talking about food.
oh, wait a second. We're halfway through, and there's things I definitely want to make sure we cover because
Okay.
this is the bulk of what we're gonna need. So I want to cover ride must-dos and stuff we can skip, as well as dining. Any dining that you would
That was gonna be my
recommend.
question.
But so what's more important to you?
I was just gonna ask: is there a food place there that like we have to do?
Any recommendations?
You can actually call and
Nothing-
book. You can book beforehand because the closer you get, you might not be able to get it. Because we did that like 30 days in advance. We book in the Walt Disney Studios. We booked Bistro Chez Remy.
Mm-hmm. That's
That
right
was-
outside the Ratatouille ride.
Yes.
That was awesome. And you can
I
see the
would-
ride from the restaurant.
And they do it where they shrink you to the size of a rat. So you're like in a garden and you have big silverware behind you, and
yeah,
so it's really cool. That was
a
that was our
a good
favorite
experience.
We were saying that yesterday. We were on the Ratatouille ride. I was saying they should have a restaurant that's
Yep.
they can.
They do.
we,
Yeah,
if you
Oh,
watch
look into that.
We'll look into that.
it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids almost, but just like a rat basically.
on our vlog, Greg gets drunk in there. You can see that he's buzzing. Just saying.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and then is
So that's in the studios one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Walt
You think
Disney
in the
restaurant.
Disneyland one. That you,
We ate at Walt Disney's
The
Walt
restaurant.
Disney restaurant because
That was nice
Yes.
too.
I
Wow. Where did this show go? You lust after Walt Disney? Oh my god.
idolize. My gosh, I idolize Walt Disney. So the chance to eat
God bless him.
at a restaurant that is featured after Walt, it was a must. I didn't enjoy it as much because I didn't order the right thing. I ordered
But the
nochi.
I'm surprised you even remember that.
Well, I looked at the pictures.
Oh, it's a very nice decorated place. The decor is very nice. A lot of memorabilia of Walt Disney.
Just-
It's very nice. I would say probably dress maybe more casual for that place.
no way.
What?
We dressed nice for that. I don't know if you can walk in with
Well, not
shorts,
casual. Not
shorts
casual.
and a tank top.
Sorry, no. Like I meant to say like a little more
Dressy.
dressier. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Is there a snack that we don't have at Walt Disney World that is like a must do?
We were trying to find something unique. The only thing we found is on Main Street.
The big donuts.
Yes. So if you
Huge.
when you're walking
donuts.
down the middle of Main Street, on the left is Walt Disney. On the right was another kind of a quick service restaurant, which I don't know what we had there, but
we were
really,
there really early in the morning.
But
and
we ate at that place right across from Disney twice. We ate there the first day we went, and then we ate there again, and we really enjoyed it. I don't know what we had.
they had
but it was
huge donuts there.
good. No, not there. And then you walk to the end.
Well, that
Casey Corner, is that on the left? In
Disney World, yeah.
Museum? It's on the right.
Facing the castle. It's on the left.
Facing the castle, it's on the left. Okay, because it would be on, if you're going towards the castle, it would be the last one on the right. And there was a bakery there that had these donuts that we really, or close to that, really, might not have been on the end, but it was real close to the end. And it was like chocolate inside, like a French chocolate mousse kind of thing inside. That was really good. It was weird though, and I don't know if it's changed, but French eat different than Americans because there wasn't a whole lot of options to have early dining, which is why we went ahead and booked at the hotel to make sure we got food. Because the one day we did go into the park, we were like hunting around, and we finally found that donut place. But we were trying to find something unique, and that was the only spot we could find something. We did eat. There's a Mr. Toad's restaurant. That was okay, and I think we got fish and chips there because it was kind of like an English pub, and I think we got fish and chips there. That was
Cool.
not the best, not the worst. It was okay.
There you go. Magnum ice cream bar.
Magnum ice cream bar.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner for her.
I would say for an attraction, the castle itself is an attraction. And if you haven't seen anything about the castle, then I don't know if I want to say anything.
I would say
Yeah, I know we know the dragons in the
There's
castle.
a dragon in the
Darn it! Yeah,
Please.
that's an awesome. When you go underneath the castle, it's really cool. So we have videos of the dragon.
That's the best castle of all the parks. Well, we only been to 3 of the Disney parks, but, the Disneyland parks.
Another ride that's the best out of all of the parks we've been to so far for this attraction is Thunder Mountain. They have the best Thunder Mountain.
That's up there.
That one is closed when we. It's closed for refurbishment when we're there. Definitely, I know.
What?
Yeah, they're refurbishing it.
Well, do you want to know what it does then?
Sure, whatever. I think
write it down.
It goes from one part, and you actually go under the water, and you end up on its own island.
So it's like taking the thing to Tom Sawyer's Island and it going around Tom Sawyer's
but
Island.
you're actually under the water.
Yes,
and then you come back up, and it's a really cool layout. It's our favorite Thunder Mountain out of all the parks we've been to.
That was like one of our favorite rides altogether.
Like even better than the original Disneyland Thunder Mountain, which is surprising to say.
Oh, it was awesome. Loved it. Phantom Manor is their haunted mansion.
Gonna say,
I liked it
do that
a lot. Greg didn't like it as much because it was in French.
That's what I was gonna say. I would say do it once and just watch it for what it is in French. But then if you have a translator that might translate in English, like it might talk back to you in English, then you can go again and see if it does that to enjoy it in English. We do have a book about all the haunted mansions, and they do say that this one is more focused on the bride, because I think the one at Disneyland is more focused on the husbands that she went through, because there's like different scenes with her husbands, what she did to them and everything. So, but the story is a lot different. It's more like a Wild West kind of look to it.
Really? I want to take
That's
this second to welcome in Walt and Melissa, Mouse Talk. Thanks for being here, guys. They said that sounds cool.
Wild West Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, and it's actually right across from the Thunder Mountain area.
Mark was saying bratwurst, Bavarian hot dog. We didn't try that. Also, the shortbread that he had just pulled up. Avengers Campus wasn't there when we were there, but it does look interesting. They also have two attractions there. One looks like a roller coaster, so I don't know how close it is to like the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, possibly that you have at Epcot. The other one they have over here, which is a Spider-Man web slinger, which is a fun attraction.
That's the one that you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta use your hands.
So that wasn't there when we were there at Walt Disney Studios. They had the backstage tour, which is gone now. They had Greg had said it, the Armageddon. I think it was Armageddon. Special effects tour.
That was I'm sure that's gone by now. That's an older movie.
They had the Old Tower of Terror.
Yeah, hopefully they still have that.
I don't know. I thought they changed that to like the Guardians one at California, but I could be wrong on
They're
that.
like the last ones that were the regular Tower of Terror.
But they will be.
It was in French.
They'll be changing the name of Walt Disney Studios to like, what are changing it to? Like not Marvel, like.
Oh gosh, Marvel's taking over. I like Marvel, but it's taking over everything.
No, it's not. It's like the Amazing Something Park in 2026 when Frozen opens, because there's going to be a new Frozen Land that's going to be debuting.
Okay, yeah.
There's a Cars area, but we didn't have that there. The one ride that we did like at the studios was Crush's Coaster.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That is a must
Oh.
that you have to do.
That's it.
The Adventure World.
Yeah.
When you get in the park, I would probably go to that ride first because that one tended to have a long line, and they show like this turtle shell like wobbling back and forth like this. I don't want to say too much of the ride.
What a rush.
If you haven't seen it, I would say leave it as a surprise, but
And eat after you go on it.
yeah, I will tell you it's an inside coaster,
Okay.
but that's all I'm going to say.
We thought it was going to be like the Guardian of the Galaxy ride that you have, but I don't.
Well, we
never
didn't
been
know
on it.
then. We didn't
but-
know then because it wasn't
Yeah,
there at
but
the
we've
time.
never been on that, so I don't know if it's like that.
How would we think that if it wasn't there at the time?
Because when they were building that one, because Disney, what they do is they have the same basically attraction.
Oh, you
and
thought
then they
Guardians was going to
they
be the
just cut-
same
it's-
as Crush.
yes.
Okay.
So it's basically the same type of ride, but they changed the name into it in a different park. If that
Which
makes
park is that in?
that at
The studios.
Walt Disney Studios.
I haven't really seen anything on Guardians of the Galaxy ride because I want to be surprised if we ever get to go. But
That's my
Yeah.
favorite ride.
yeah, I think you'll like this.
So
one.
I think you'll like Avengers Campus. If they have at least 2 attractions there that you could go on.
Which was not there when we were there.
No, it wasn't there.
Space Mountain, I would say at least do it once. Derek didn't like it.
Why? Why
But
don't you like
I don't know if we should say why
I got sick.
because
I got sick on
if
it.
you don't know about it, I don't want to ruin it for
Do
you.
you get sick on rides?
Um,
Weren't you on the Velociraptor?
Velocicoaster, yeah, we did
yeah.
that.
That was a
Didn't
fun
make
But
us-
ride.
if it's swoopy, I might get sick on it. But I can do Fast and Furious. But if it's like kind of whooshy and woozy type of thing, coaster, then that usually gives me trouble.
I don't.
He can't handle certain movements, but it does things that a normal Space Mountain doesn't do. I'll just say that.
You can tell us. Don't worry about it. What do you-
It goes upside down
Okay.
in different
that-
areas.
Okay.
And it hit him really bad. I felt so bad. He felt sick. He's like,
Oh,
I'm not going on that again.
I had to sit down outside of it, and I was like, my head
Do
was like
you, do
spinning.
you not usually do any upside down coasters?
If
few
I
at
knew
times.
it was gonna be like that, I would have taken Dramamine before I went on it.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
I got sick on Mount Everest at was it Expedition Everest? Yeah,
That's one of
I
my
thought
favorites.
we had to leave the park
Let's
because I was
go.
sick.
That
Yeah.
sounds, but
okay.
still, it's
I felt bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
reminds me
Yeah.
of the Rock and Roller Coaster, but Space
Okay.
Mountain version of it. And
Yeah.
it's isn't it after Captain EO or something like that? Or what was it? Because the way it looks, it was like a giant telescope or something.
Oh no, Jules Verne. Like
Yeah,
the
it
Jules
was
Verne
after
theme.
Jules Verne.
Yeah.
And then they had like the
That whole land is kind of like Jules Verne.
yeah, they had the submarine in the water because it has water around it too, from what I remember.
There's what is it, 88 days around the world, I think. That big air balloon. They have a big.
They had a building there too. Yeah.
But we the Phantom Manor, Thunder Mountain are in the same general area. I really liked how they had it laid out. First of all, the parks are beautiful. Park Disneyland,
Probably the
is
most cleanest out
beautiful,
of any park we've
amazing.
seen.
Really?
It's beautiful. Yes, you can't. None of the other parks compare to it at all.
They're impeccable cleanliness. The
but
French
just a little
have, I think.
detail like
Yeah.
the golds and all that. They've done. I mean, it's beautiful. The area where Pirates of the Caribbean is, it's called Pirate Isle, and they have this big pirate, like from Peter Pan, wasn't that from Peter Pan? Like Pirates Rock.
Yeah,
And you can actually go into there and look out of it. But just that whole area, there's Swiss Family Robinson house there that you can climb up and you can look out. That was really cool. The Pirates of the Caribbean is a neat attraction.
forgot
I got
how
told
that-
off in there, but they were speaking French, so I didn't know because they thought I had a selfie, and I had my
You mean a selfie
selfie
stick?
stick, and I had my one that you can't retract, and they kept on saying during the ride they were speaking. I didn't know until we got off the boat. The guy came up to me and he realized it wasn't a selfie stick, but he thought I had a selfie stick. And
Well, selfie sticks extend.
yeah,
This was on a little like tripod handheld. He was holding the three little tripods together and
Right.
just taking video of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we have that too.
Yeah, so
That's what I plan on using actually.
the we didn't go on it, but that area where the train, the Casey Jr. was cool. I wish we would have gone on that. We didn't get a chance to go on it.
Oh,
The-
they have an Indiana Jones roller coaster,
Yes.
but that was shut
Oh.
down. It opened up the last day we were there, and
It was broken down.
we didn't go on it.
Yeah,
it
it was
was-
broken down.
Yeah, it's like a mine car type look, but it's outside. It almost looks like one of those Crazy Mouse roller coaster
Mouse coaster.
things.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
A lot of people complain about it though. They say it's rough. We
It
didn't
might
get a
not even
chance
be
to go.
there
I wanted to
anymore.
experience it just because it looked cool.
it might not
Um,
even be there anymore. I don't know.
The It's a Small World is a lot better than one in Florida. I don't know.
really, like everybody's small world is better than ours. What the heck?
Yeah, the one in Florida is the worst.
Are the character experience
What?
It's the worst.
Sorry.
Worse.
What were you saying?
are the character experiences more like Disneyland or like Walt Disney World?
Come say hi,
Hey,
buddy.
Avery. How
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah, yeah,
Having an orange.
How you doing?
You having a cutie? He's having a cutie. Little
I
cutie.
love the orange.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably more like Walt Disney World, where they would have because Disneyland they kind of like cross over. The characters can intermingle,
Yeah.
and they were more in set places in Florida.
I don't.
in
remember,
Florida.
I don't remember what the small world looks like in Paris.
It had
I keep thinking of
It-
Florida's. I think
no. Just the area around it is
where you
beautiful.
go, like, in
Because
Florida.
the disappointment in Florida is the building is like you're in a giant, it's like the tent thing. This
Yeah.
one is like Disneyland where you have its own separate building and you have the clock. And so they really did good job with the horticultural around there. But they also have the
Wow, that's
US.
a big word.
I know, I said it right too. Oh,
Right?
God. Yeah, at least I didn't say hors d'oeuvres or something.
Um,
They have the USA, and it was so cool to go from like a different country's perspective of going and seeing our
Oh.
country. Like if you go like for other countries that come to our parks and they see their countries represented, it was like the first time we got to feel that going to
Are
France.
we all overweight, stuffing our faces full?
No, but they did have the they had like different, I won't say it because I want you guys to see it, but did have iconic monuments and points of interest in the,
Okay. All right. I'm looking forward to seeing that then.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds cool.
yeah.
there was a decor of the Sleeping Beauty, like the big thorn bushes and
Oh.
stuff that they have in the cartoon movie. There was an area for that too.
That was at Alice in Wonderland. That is actually a maze.
No, this is different. But yes, they did have an Alice in Wonderland maze. But the ones with the vines with the spikes and all that was from Sleeping Beauty.
Bramble things.
Yeah, that was from
Um,
Sleeping Beauty.
So like you know how Epcot behind the English Pavilion, they say they have the what do we call it?
The maze. The
Maze?
the edge,
That,
yeah.
that it goes up to your ankles.
No,
Yeah.
this is like
This
above
one-
your head.
Yeah.
Why?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to do that.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, you could climb to the top because I took some
Mhm.
pictures and you could see some good views of the park.
Mhm.
And we went up there, didn't we? Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. I remember a lot of people were there. You had to like kind of wait your turn and everything.
One unique thing of the park. Well, there was one song they kept on playing, and they actually play it at the Disney ones over here at times, but they played it religiously. There was a certain, it's like a New Orleans kind of song, but
Oh yeah.
it was. I wish I knew it.
It does
You know,
that.
like Zorro or something.
No. I can play. I hear it in my head, I know how it goes, but I can't.
It's like a
I'm usually
late
good at
20s
mimicking.
song is what it reminds me of. But when you come down Main Street, one thing they did unique to the parks is like when the parades are going on and everything's packed, they have they're called arcades, and they're on like, just imagine like all that, like the Main Street. There's like corridors on both sides of it. So there's the corridor here, one arcade, and then there's just shops like the Emporium, and then there's a street, and then you have more shops like the bakery stuff, and then you have another arcade, and they call their arcades, they're just walking avenues. So if there's a parade going on, instead of being stopped and like trying to squirm through people, it's open access to like just to go down there. But the cool thing is they have it's very American themed. So it's kind of like almost like a Jules Verne theme. They have like St. Louis, different American cities on, I think that's on the right side as you're walking in. But on the left, they have a monument to the Statue of Liberty and the unique relationship between the U.S. and the French.
Huh. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So does Derek. Derek does what?
Mark said it goes wee wee.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of the other rides. I know they had some good shops inside the hotel.
We actually felt rushed.
Really?
Yeah.
With 2.5 days?
No.
But a lot of
No.
part of that too, though, is we did the run, and the run
Yeah.
took a good portion of it out, either from going over there to get we had to check in.
Okay.
And then the next time we had to go, and we did the run, and we had to go back to the room, take showers, and ate. So we lost probably at least half a day, more than half a day, doing that, which I don't regret.
It started in the morning, so we got
but just
done
the time frame
shortly after the park opened. Was when it was done.
But we wouldn't have done anything different. That was such a rush, and we were glad we did it. Like at
that
the
was
very
the
end of
highlight for me of that trip, doing that with Derek.
Yeah.
I would not have wanted that any other way except with him.
We
I was
were
hoping to have at least 1.5 days with Disneyland, and then either like a half day to a full day of the studios. It doesn't sound like the studios will have
Studio
enough.
doesn't take a long time.
Full day, yeah.
Mm-mm.
So I'd rather concentrate on the Disneyland park, because I know I'm gonna enjoy that, just the atmosphere and everything about it more than the studios ones.
from what I remember seeing, they have an amazing drone show with the castle. I don't know if it's seasonal, but it's a pretty unique drone show.
I've seen some really cool nighttime shows where they project like parts of the movies and
On the castle?
characters on the castle.
Well,
It's
they
really
do
cool.
that in Florida too.
Yeah, I don't know what show they have this time of year. If you guys look that up. Hey, Tiffany.
Do they have a nighttime parade, like Spectral Magic or anything?
Nothing like
It's
that.
more like a fireworks show from what I remember.
No, I mean, but I don't even think they had a parade, did they?
I don't remember. I don't remember a parade.
I'm trying to remember.
I remember the fireworks show, and I will say the corridors when you go through the gates, they have like several of them, like how you walk through. For you guys, it's Magic Kingdom, and you go underneath the brick area and all that, and you see the posters, unless they only did it at Disneyland. But at Disneyland Paris, in some of those corridor areas, they had actual gift shops and stuff. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were more on if you're walking out of the park, they'd be on your right. If you're walking into the park, they'd be on your far left. But I remember those were there, and that was pretty cool. Different shops and things.
Well, I got on the right when you walk in. I just realized I got this.
Well, you got some stuff here.
I think Scrooge is more popular there because I got this in one of the shops.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that is nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, but
We also got the 25th anniversary mug that they had. It was kind of like a jockey look, like what you'd have like on a team jacket. Which we did get the jackets, but we don't know where they're at. I think they're hung up in one of the closets right now.
And then this one I ordered online. This is from Disneyland Paris.
Oh,
Oh, that's neat. That's a nice one too.
I've never seen this in the U.S. And then
Oh,
one other thing to show. I really fell in love with the ride, but this is the
Oh, I'll have to get that.
that's
I
awesome.
love Ratatouille.
yeah. This was really cool.
And then we also got a 25th anniversary pin, which we don't use. We just have it for our collection.
And then we got this too, which is
Oh, wow.
the book. And the thing I like about it, so this is the park maps.
You just messed
Oops.
up our camera.
These are the park maps. They do like you can get the different versions.
Let me fix that. It's all blurry.
Well,
there
we
it
go.
goes.
Here you go.
So, they do the park maps together, which they might have changed from them, and they might even have it
Oh
digital.
yeah, I'm sure it doesn't look like that now.
Yeah, so that was cool to get.
Make sure you get me park maps.
Yeah.
Yes, and then this part of this thing was, since it was the 25th, this is a commemorative ticket that
Oh,
came
cool.
with
Oh,
it.
that's awesome. Yeah.
So, just some unique stuff that we figured, when will we be back there again? And
Definitely take a bunch of maps with you in case some of them get messed up. Then you have them extras.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to do that.
So I think because we know there's a lot of rides that we're obviously going to have to do. Anything that you guys think that is totally skippable, or we don't want to waste time with, because I know our time is limited. So anything that's total junk.
Derek said for him Space Mountain, but yeah, you. Can't
I would
do
try it
that.
again, but
you
with,
guys have to do it because you've never been on.
We're gonna be doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing we forgot. Sorry.
Yeah.
I love trains. Their trains are amazing. Greg didn't like the ride that much, but they have, like the old Western trains that they're like they would have like the horns on the front of it, but the steam trains.
Yeah.
That's what they have. They have different versions of those. I think they have like 3 trains that
Go
run
around the whole park, like
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom.
So
okay.
definitely, we did that at first.
I don't remember what I didn't like about.
I don't know
train.
either, but it's cool to. I mean, we did that when we first got into the park because we wanted just to kind of see like what you could see from the train. I don't think we went on it after that, which I'm disappointed because I love trains and I wish we would have done it again. But there's just so much to see. You
we both
kind of
like
have
trains,
to pick.
but I just don't remember what it was.
I know. They have like the. I don't know. To me, it's almost interesting to just see it, just to compare, because they do have the Fantasyland rides over there, which, I mean, you don't necessarily need to ride those, but like the dark rides. But it's just an interesting experience. Just
Right. Well, yeah, we're gonna try to ride everything, but if for some reason we want to make sure we ride the must-dos first. The stuff that's absolutely different than Disney World rides. But I would love to see every version of every ride that they have over there. Obviously, we want to try to hit everything, but if we're running short on time, that's what we're wondering: is there anything that's like really skippable that we could?
Are they all in French?
Yeah.
All rides, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like you're in their territory. Like when they come to our parks in the States, they're in an hour, so it's going to be in English. And usually they would understand English, but for us, I would recommend getting a translator that might tell you like out loud in English, or even on a screen.
Yeah.
Well, have it low, or even on a screen. But then you're taking yourself out of it because you're like this, and then you're trying to look, and you're like this. Well, that's what I'm saying. Go on the Phantom Manor first and just enjoy it, and then do it again, and try to have it interpreted for you or translated, maybe if it works.
I think the facade of the Phantom Manor, I really like how the building looks. It looks like a typical spooky childhood haunted house.
The ghosts outside, I remember, look looked kind of cheesy. I remember there were some ghosts that they had outside that were on a statue or something.
But was it?
And
It was
looked kind of
decorated.
cheesy.
I think they were decorating for Halloween though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep, because we went and they were decorating for Halloween. Okay, so maybe that's not always there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I remember that now.
But I don't know. I don't know if I would say not to go on. I mean, definitely the big rides to go on them.
Crush's Coaster.
Crush's Coaster. You have to
I
do
would
that.
head there right when you get in the park.
Yeah. If you don't go to that, at least this is what it was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
They said because they didn't have Fast Pass then, and they could, whatever that is, whatever they call it. I don't know what they have now, but because they didn't have it in the park, they said go there first. And it's true, because when we were in line, that line grew quickly when we
we're definitely weighing the possibility of getting the Premier Express for each of us, so that way we can go on. That's the one for my research. You can do every ride once, and there's not a time frame you have to go. You can go, just show up, and you can get in the express lane.
So that was different then.
But I think it's like, from what I hear, it's like 150 euros each or something like that. So, but we don't know when we're gonna be back. Our plan is to go back with the kids once Avery's able to travel. But this was a special short trip for our 30th anniversary, so
Right.
So we can splurge a little bit. And
I would say if you guys are looking for a restaurant, I would call before to make sure.
Yeah. We didn't. I know we're like 13 days away or something like that, or 15 days away.
We can try.
But we can try. But the reason why we left it open is because we wanted to wing it, and plus with her, she's not sure what the heck she can eat when we can eat, and we're not big breakfast people too. So
Yeah, I'll have to check on the
we'll have to
menu.
check the menus. We'll have to check the time openings, and
Disneyland chocolate.
our priority was to experience the park, not necessarily have a nice meal that's going to kill 2 or 3 hours, So
Mhm.
we'll see. Probably.
And I would say if you did one meal, it's got to be Bistro Chez,
Yeah.
Remy, because you get really immersed in the whole theme.
That's an attraction and a dinner or lunch.
Is it
whatever.
fancy? Is it like
No,
No.
it's not fancy. You can go in your regular clothes. But it's just fun.
And we did I know you guys aren't
And the
big
salad
drinkers,
the
but
salad was so good. I remember that.
we did the wine pairing. I think that's why we had a little giggly with it.
Giggly,
Giggly,
giggly.
giggly.
Yeah, their salad. I love salad, but they had. Oh my gosh, I remember their salad was so good.
we're staying at the Disneyland Hotel, the one that you can walk right into the park. So we're excited about that.
It's all pink.
Is it still pink? But Diane, they're saying that it's all pink.
It's all pink outside.
She
I
said
don't know if
last summer. So
they what?
Diane's saying that she stayed there last summer.
Mm.
Diane. So
When we went, the decor, because it was a silver anniversary, everything was like silver.
It was
So
metallic,
so
silver and blue.
I think it would look a lot prettier now than seeing plants that are silver and blue.
Yeah, it's like they spray painted their plants or something when we were there. I don't know what they did, but they probably took them out, colored them, and stuck them back in. I'm pretty sure they were real, but yeah, it was interesting. They had metallic Mickey and Minnie statues, and it was just a very interesting concept they chose for their 25th anniversary.
all right. So I have a couple other things I just wanted to. You guys don't mind staying a couple minutes past?
No, that's fine.
Okay. So flying or traveling with meds. Anything you guys know about that? I heard there's weird things that they don't let you travel if your meds are outside the bottle or something like that. You guys know anything about that?
I would just keep them with what they
Yeah,
in their original bottles.
Yeah.
In the bottles, or I think you could put them in the little daily planners also, unless they want you to wait until you get where you're going and then put them in your daily planners. You might have to keep them in the original pharmacy bottle.
The customs, like steroids isn't a good thing. Yeah, but we're not gonna have anything like that.
Nothing steroidal.
Nothing,
Or anything like
Leave
that.
yeah.
your steroids at home. No, I'm just playing.
Nathan, our channel is how we have it under ours. If you look it up that way, you'll you'll be able to find out our channel, D&G Explorers.
D&G Explorers.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, D&G Explorers at YouTube. YouTube at D&G Explorers. Yeah, it's if one of my mods is still, if any of our mods are still out there, you can just put D&G's link in there. That'll be great. But, all right.
Meds we'd have to keep in a box, and it'll be in our carry-on.
Did you guys notice any shows that are worth watching? Are you guys? Oh, are you frozen? Are we frozen?
We're not frozen, but it looks like they are.
It's still ticking. They might be frozen, guys.
Okay.
All right. So, what else did we have? Yeah,
we just lost them.
They're gonna try to probably pop back in, just like Charlotte and Matt had to do.
I'm gonna check the menu for that bistro chez Remy. See if there's anything I can eat, and try booking it. And then what was the other one? The Walt Disney restaurant. That's a little bit more dressy, so that's an option too.
So Diana, but meds in original bottles. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Diane, any fancy restaurant that you might recommend if we do end up booking something for our 30th anniversary? Just
like
wondering,
a must-do.
Do you have a must-do fancy restaurant that you guys did, or she had no trouble with prescription meds?
Yeah.
Yeah. And does anyone have any hints on how we can get a free upgrade to first class plane tickets?
I don't have any pull strings.
Are they?
That'd be awesome.
Are they gonna try to make it back in? I don't know. Oh, the computer went back in.
What happened to the computer?
The computer went.
Okay. All right. They're not coming back.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they said they're signing back in.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just letting them know. We're waiting for you. Cool. But yeah, so we're looking for we're going on the 22nd, or we'll be arriving in France. So we're already very, very close. We're less than.
There probably isn't going to be any room.
A fifth. Yeah, we're less
open
than.
Reservations. We got to get our suitcases down.
Yes, we have to.
This is good. So why don't we want to talk about what's coming up on our channel?
Yes.
While we're doing that, waiting for them to be log in. Today's the 5th. Okay, so that's today. So yesterday I released the Flora Taverna, which is the new restaurant in the new Universal Studios Hotel, Helios Grand Hotel, which is right at the Epic Universe.
Hello.
Welcome
Sorry
back.
about that.
Yeah,
No worries.
No worries.
And then we're going over what's coming up. Then the next video that I'm gonna be releasing is we were in Spaceship Earth and the lights were on.
Yeah.
And you know the big room with the big Earth? Like we've always said, oh my God, I wish the lights would turn on, or we'd have a walk off here so we could see what it looks like. And we got lucky. The lights were on, so I'm going to be releasing a video of the footage of everything that lights are on. And then the Tampa Zoo, we did the penguin experience, so I have that video to be released. And we got to see the Blues Brothers at Universal Studios. It's been a long time since we've seen the Blues Brothers. So we have a small video. It's a short video on that too. So those are going to be coming out in the next week or two. Plus we have Garden Rocks and
other stuff going on.
we might be going live from that. So we will create thumbnails as we decide which days we're doing what. So keep an eye out for thumbnails for us.
All right. Are you guys can you guys hear us still, or?
Yeah. Something
Right.
happened to our computer. It just like went, and we tried to log back in, and then it went out again. So we're just on it
Is
from
it
our
the
phone.
technical term?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went kaploop for a second, but we're just on from our phone now.
You got to squeeze Derek in there because it's all about Derek. There you go.
Oh no, it's not. Get out of the. No, I'm just playing.
There you are. All right. So I think we were just wrapping up what we got coming up. What do you guys got coming up on your channel?
We are tomorrow. No, I don't think we're gonna do premiere.
We got the cruise.
Wednesday.
I don't think we are, just because
Why?
we might not be there. We have
Well, that's the whole point, is for us not to be
Okay.
there while we're on our cruise.
we can talk about that after.
See, he changes it on me all the time.
Our next video is we finally got through our NCL Norwegian Encore cruise, and we are now releasing a video with our likes and dislikes of the cruise. So whether it's a premiere tomorrow or if it's going to be
Well, not
released
tomorrow.
or
Tomorrow's
Wednesday,
Tuesday.
yeah,
Yeah.
on our normal 5 o'clock time, or we're Pacific, so 8 o'clock Eastern. Either we'll do a premiere
We'll be
or release
traveling
it
Wednesday.
when our
so-
normal live show starts. So yeah, we'll but other than that, we have our cruise.
Yep.
We're looking at going live on the sail away, which is Thursday night. We're gonna go live.
It's a nice 4-day weekend cruise. I wish it was longer, but it is our last cruise of the year. We had to cancel one that was in September.
Where's it going to?
Just to Ensenada, so it's a 4-day. So, well, basically, I count the day that we leave as a sea day because you're going out to sea. So basically, 2 days in the water, Ensenada, another sea day, and then back
San Francisco.
on Monday.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
have cruises booked for next year?
Yeah, we have 2 of them, I think, now.
Yes, we also have one. We have one out of Galveston.
At the
on
end of
the
the year
Symphony of the Seas.
for Halloween.
And then the February after that in 2027, if you guys are interested, we're going to go on the Carnival Horizon. It's going to be it's a part of a group cruise we're not hosting the group cruise, but it's part of a group cruise, and they go to Aruba, Curacao, and their new private island, Celebration Key. It's an 8-night cruise, so there's 3 or 4 sea days in there.
They'll have like group activities at times, but you're not always with the group
You do
the
whatever
whole
you want.
time. You can do whatever you want, hang out with who you want or whatever. So they'll just have certain times where everyone can get together and for activities, and then go and do whatever they want afterwards.
8 nights. Wow, that's.
I know. I want to do another cruise. I absolutely loved the cruise we did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad you
I'm
guys
on
liked it.
Yep. We definitely have to hang out with you guys in person. Gosh darn it.
I know.
That'll be nice. Yeah. Hopefully
Yep.
soon enough.
Yeah.
Go on a cruise and we'll have 8 nights. That'd be awesome too.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can meet you before then.
They might end up jumping off ship by the 6th day.
Oh please. Not because of me.
Yeah. So okay, I guess Diane's saying they still have a drone show and it's a must see. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna add that to the list.
Yeah.
Drone show.
So that's cool. All right.
Oh, what
anything-
show?
Drone.
Oh, drone show.
A drone show, yep, at Disneyland Paris. So, anything else you guys want to mention before we wrap this up?
Just enjoy it, have
Yeah,
fun.
be safe, have fun.
We were afraid that would we be able to communicate with French, because French, for the most part, Americans when they travel, we're known as being rude, and it's especially when we're in large groups. I would say kind of like on the culture, like in
That's what we were
trains
saying before.
and trains and subways.
Try to say some words
Very-
in their language.
But no, they don't like talking on like when you're on in public transportation. Us
Oh.
Americans, a lot of times we're like, hey,
I
hey.
don't like talking.
No,
I
so
don't remember
learn
that.
some of like the don't do's in French culture, so you're not like rude Americans.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Yes, it's because I study. You don't.
Oh yes, you study. Okay.
But there's so many different. I was amazed how many cast members speak multiple languages, from Spanish to. I mean, there's all the different countries that come into Disneyland Paris. So there's a lot more international languages coming into France than, I mean, possibly Florida, because there's a lot of travel there too. But and a lot of the cast members can speak those languages. So we had no problems interacting with the cast members there. So you'll be that's one thing you shouldn't have to worry about.
That's good.
I think you'll have a lot of fun. Just don't worry about, customs and all that stuff. Just act like yourself. You'll be fine. And then, when you get to the parks, you're just going to have a lot of fun. Do your rides. And then if you're looking at souvenirs and stuff, that'd be cool to see what they actually have now for souvenirs. So hopefully you guys put some vlogs out for that, because that would be fun to watch also.
Yeah, we're hoping that we're gonna be vlogging a lot of it, and again, we probably won't be live streaming because I know there's issues in regards to like roaming stuff, and I heard it can get very expensive or something like that. So I don't know. We'll probably just keep it simple. And it's our 30-year anniversary, so
yeah, just have fun with it. Do what you want. Don't. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about feeling like you have to video everything or anything for YouTube. I'd do it more for yourselves, if anything.
Yeah. So all right, with that being said, everyone, please check out D&G Explorers, Derek and Gregory, such nice people. Go check out their channel. They're on Wednesday nights at 8:00, and they do vlogs and cruising, and they'll be getting back into the Disney thing before you know it. So
nice too.
And they're two very nice people. So go check out their channel, and don't forget, it's always about Derek. So I had to say that. Sorry, I had to say that.
Always what?
It's always about Derek.
Oh no, it's not.
Thanks. Thank you all for watching, and we appreciate every single one of you. Thanks to all the Ninja Watchers in the background. We appreciate you. And until next time, don't forget to do your duty.
It's a big duty.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Have a good night. Happy Monday.